Hey guys, today I wanted to talk to you about gratitude and project-based learning and how I've come to blend these two things together into one fantastic project that I'd like to share with you. Okay, so this all started from a picture that I saw of this, you know those flyers that you see like in a coffee shop, a coffee house, or a Starbucks, or wherever, that that are advertising like a motorcycle for sale, and then it has these tabs down on the bottom that you can rip off, and it has the person's phone number on it. Well, somebody took that idea and they gave away things like love and kindness and friendship and things like that. And I thought, wow, that'd be a great project for my class. So that's how it started about 6 years ago. And it was just an art project where my kids wrote down some things that they'd like to give to the world. So it said, take what you need. It was the Take What You Need project. And they drew a picture, and then on the bottom, it had little tabs of things that they wanted to give away, like courage and friendship and things like that. So over time, over the years, I've slowly added on to it where it has become this project, and I call it the Gratitude Project. So it starts out with this video, and I show my kids this video of these people who were asked to write down a thank you note to somebody that has been really influential in their lives. And one person picked their friend, one person picked a professor, one person picked their mom. And after they were done writing, they asked them to call these people on the phone and read their letter to them. And it's so powerful. I'll link the video below. And I had to edit out one little small part, so maybe I'll link the edited video that you can show in your class. He just says, like, I don't know, some bad word. So I took that out and I show it to my kids, and it really resonates with them. So then after that, it turns into a writing project, and through a series of mini lessons, I have them go through the same writing prompt, and I'll show that writing prompt to you right now. What do you think? That's pretty cool, right? So it's the same writing prompt that they're asked to do in that video. And then after they're done with that, oh, sorry. So through the writing project, we go through a series of mini lessons, like just things that you're working on in your class. I have them aligned to some standards that we're working on in 4th grade. And then I have them write a letter to somebody that's been very influential in their lives. After they're done writing, we go through the same exercise, but instead of calling them and reading it to them, I have them recorded on a Flipgrid. And I've talked to you a lot about Flipgrid, but this is a great way to use it. You have them record on a grid, and then you can download each grid and then send it out to the people that that they identified as their influencer. And it was really cool. We started this project a few days ago, and some of them picked their 3rd grade teacher, which is, I'm like, yes, teachers. So these kids start to think outside of themselves, and they're not just thinking about what people or things can do for them, but they're thinking about the other way, how people have helped them as well. And the study that the guy identifies in this video is where they have linked people's, if people are able to identify something that they're grateful for it has a direct correlation to their level of happiness. And I don't know about you, but I've noticed like over the years, my fourth graders have been forced to deal with some things that, gosh, I think that fourth graders shouldn't have to deal with. And if they can identify some things that they're grateful for, we do this every single day in my class. I just have them write down 3 things that they're grateful for. I'm hoping that it has some kind of impact on their emotional self and well-being, and helps them just be more grateful for things that they have in their lives, and also to raise their happiness level. Because if I can influence that now here in 4th grade, then going forward into their middle school and high school and college years, maybe it'll have some kind of impact on them in the future, and really help them gain some perspective on life. So this is like a big project, right? That's the first part. The second part of the writing is I do some mini lessons on syllables, and then we go into a haiku lesson, and they write some haiku poems about gratitude. So that's a really good part. Now, 2 years ago, last year we added another component to this, and this was a service project. And so the kids got into small groups. They researched on Kiva. Kiva.org is a website where people can go on and ask for these microloans, and you can support these people by giving them like $25, or $25 goes a long way in some parts of the world. And they use that money to better themselves. Some of them were trying to get through school, and so they asked for a microloan. Like the guy that won last year in our class, he was this gentleman who was just trying to buy chickens so that he can sell the eggs that these chickens are producing and make some money for his family, to support his family. And we thought that was fantastic. Now this year, we're going to add another component onto this. And so my teaching partner, Brandon, this summer at the Den Institute, Star Institute, the Discovery thing that he went to, he had a representative from this company called Deedly. And what Deedly does is it provides the funds to support these worthy causes. So we're going to add that component onto it so that they can support the Kiva projects that we've identified as needy. So Deedly, D-E-E-D-E-E-D-L-Y, Deedly.com. So the third part of this project that has kind of developed over the years is it's kind of turned into this service project. And it's built around developing critical thinking in our students. And what happened was Brandon and I last year identified problem solving and critical thinking as the 2 most important things that we could impart on our students. And so we focused on that all year through project-based learning and through the questioning that we were asking our kids. And we really focused in on critical thinking and problem solving. But how do you develop that? Well, if you use the 5 habits of mind, that's one way that you can nurture and cultivate a deep critical thinking mind. So the 5 habits of mind, let's see. It's a series of questions that the kids go through. So much like the design thinking process, the 5 habits of mind will take your kids through a process that will lead them to an answer. So they are evidence. How do we know this is a real cause? So these are the questions that they have to ask, and I'll link this below as well. Evidence, how do they know that this is a real cause? And then they have to find evidence within the project outline and description of evidence that this is, you know, a real thing that somebody is trying to get money for, not just some made-up cause, right? Viewpoint. How else might this look if we stepped into their shoes? Look at this from a different perspective. So in addition to the 5 habits of mind, I've also layered in the depth and complexity icons for each step. So they, after they examine the evidence, then they're going to dive into perspective. And is this, you know, what does this look like for them? What would it mean for the person that's trying to get the funding for this project? And they try to flip their thinking. And that's like a key thing for your kids at any level, right? The next, connections, cause and effect. Have we seen something like this before? What are the possible bad things that might come from donating to this cause? So I want them to look for patterns from things that have happened in the past, perhaps, that they can do some research on, and also the cause and effect. Like, what if this happened? And I'll give you a great example. Last year, there was somebody that wanted to get funding for medical school. And the group that had that one came up with the argument that, and these are 4th graders, mind you, that if we gave money to this person to go to medical school, in the future, they'd be able to help all these people. So the small amount that we're giving to this person to get through medical school has tremendous benefits down the line. So the cause and the effect of giving somebody this funding now is really beneficial down the line. And I thought, wow, that is incredible thinking for a 4th grader to come up with. Don't you think? And then 4th conjecture, how will donating to this cause, what will donating to this cause do, and how will it make the world better? So I want them to think about this project and think bigger than just donating to somebody to get chickens and get eggs. Think about what selling the eggs and getting that money will do in the future. Okay? And then the 5th habit of mind is relevance. Why does it matter? Why should we care about this project or cause? So I want them to dig deep inside and research and really think about, you know, why this project is relevant. And that is probably the key that's going to get their project on the board. So the 5 habits of mind, this service project was built around this thing. And so this project is pretty meaty. It goes from writing, you know, about themselves, and then expressing that gratitude to somebody, and then expressing what gratitude is through a poem, and then turning that around and trying to figure out how they can make this world a little bit better of a place and to have true impact. So kiva.org, deetly.com, 5 habits of mind, gratitude. So as you can see, like, I'm trying to build a classroom culture of kindness, and it kind of goes along with the theme of this whole year. We've been reading Wonder, and the hashtag for Wonder is Choose Kind. October is, I think, Bully Awareness Month or something to that effect. I've just always felt like I need to do more with my kids than simply teach them about math and reading. I want to teach these kids how to be better people. And that's how I'm going to impact the world from my side as a teacher, is if I can create a world or a classroom full of nice humans, then moving forward that will just spread and hopefully perpetuate itself down the line. And it might be kind of pie in the sky and really reaching for the stars, but that's how I feel like. I feel like I really have an opportunity here to impact the world through just, you know, my 32 kids that I have in here every single year. And maybe spreading this through YouTube, you know, it will go even farther, and you guys might try this project in your classroom as well. And if you have any questions along the way about anything that I'm doing, please, I would love to hear from you, and I'd love to hear how it's going. If you have any questions about how I do things or why I do things, or if you're able to add on to this, please share it with me, because I love this project. I love this project. It's turned into something really meaningful. And if it's something you want to do, fantastic. Thank you once again for watching. I appreciate you spending all this time with me and just listening to the things that I have to say. I am extremely grateful for you. All right, have a great day. I will talk to you soon.